doing? I'm Elder Joel Rush. I'd like to share unity with you, and then I'm going to explain to you or communicate to you a strategic model that I've been working on and praying over for.
There's prosperity in unity, a oneness. Oh, a oneness. Oh, a oneness. A oneness. It's a unity. Oh, the work shall be done. The work shall be done. For them who love the Lord, for them who love the Lord, for them who love the Lord, oh, it shall be done. I know it shall be done. A oneness of God's people, the oneness of all God's children. I'm a helper. I'm his hands. I'm his arms. I'm his eyes. I'm his heart. Oh, that's the oneness in me and God. Yes, there is. Y'all be blessed. The one from Ohio.
Yes, there is a oneness in you and God as well. I took that direction because I wanted to get your attention. Hopefully I got your attention. But there's so much going on in our communities. But what I wanted to share with you is the temperament logic module, and I've been working on it for a very long time. And I'm going to share the mission statement of the Northeast Carpenter Road Neighborhood Group, who I am representing as it relates to this strategic communication plan. Some people would call it a proposal. It is a proposal because it has some funding. I have attempted to share it with others, and I'm hoping people did get a chance. I don't know, I didn't get a lot. I tried to measure it and find out whether or not it was something that people were interested in, but opportunity and circumstance has brought it full scale for me. I have been working a long time, working on a master's program, attempting to try to get a sense of what nonprofit organizations are about, in that the Northeast Carpenter Road Group was given to me by Dr. I call him a doctor, but he's Reverend Curtis Baker, and it was a community group that had been around for a very long time, and because of the economy, because of the changes in our city and our state and our nation, the community also changed, and some of you know what I'm talking about. You've experienced that. So what do you do when there's no relief, and when the revenue and the resources have gone, have depleted, and you're left with bare bone minimums? So that brings us to what organizations have to do in communities now. And we have to do that no matter where you are. No matter where you are. You don't have to have $100,000 live in a $100,000 community to get involved, to make a difference. You just got to care about what happens in your environment, your externality, that outside of your four walls of your residence, but at the same time, you share an environment, an area, living space, a common place. where you go in and you go out. All right, the vision of the Northeast Carpenter Road Association begins with the collective efforts of people who have a strong belief in community development. Our mission is to positively impact and affect the lives of our citizens and our neighbors. The Northeast Carpenter Road Neighborhood Group 100 purposes to generate a continual bridge of collaborative efforts and communications within our group and our communities by developing programs and services that build human capital through individual and collective modalities. Meaning we want to take business people and place business interests with people, build them, and at the same time serve them. This is a proposal that can work in the face of depleting resources in communities and potential closings of schools all over this nation, not just the Northeast Carpenter Road neighborhood. It's happening everywhere. In a sense, back in the 90s, it was called downsizing. Now these are called lean years, and they are lean years. So communities have to step up as well, and provide. So the Northeast Carpenter Road Association has an answer, and we know the importance of unity. Yeah, and we understand cooperative and collaboration efforts. We endorse the substantive and sustainable development of community where we reside. This association brings together people who add ideas and who want to act as agents of change. That's our objective, which includes the employment of creative strategies and initiatives that will add to the personal and the collective redevelopment of individuals in our community, our city, and our nation. And we need you to help us get it done. The Northeast Carpenter Road Neighborhood Group has been around, almost 30 years. And I remember as a young guy, I think I was in my early 20s when I became aware of the organization, and there were a lot of times where activities were vibrant and always constant, but times change. But now I see that the time has come for people to do it again, to rise up, to grab hold of our future everywhere. I'm not talking just locally, you all. I'm talking to you who are going to get this from YouTube. I'm a social media person. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind sharing, but I want to share information that can be encouraging and useful to you. So how do you do that? Let's talk about that. I'll do that in the next video. If you want to hear more about the people that it would take to get it done, the next segment will give you that. Thank you again. I'm Joel Rush, Elder Joel Rush of the Northeast Carpenter Road Neighborhood Group at 100, and I am the president, and I look forward to talking with you, discussing with you, sharing with you, and I'm putting out a clarion call we're going to be having some meetings coming up very shortly as it relates to how do you design a school that may close in your community? How do you redesign it and to fit it to meet the needs of the communities?